Tony Grossi has words for Shedeur Sanders' hype. He's a developmental QB. Tony Grossi has words for Shedeur Sanders' hype. He's a developmental QB, originally appeared on Athlon Sports. The honeymoon phase for Shedeur Sanders in Cleveland might be short-lived, at least if you ask longtime Browns analyst Tony Grossi. As hype continues to swell around the Colorado Buffaloes legend following his selection in the 5th round of the 2025 NFL Draft, Grossi is stepping in with a reality check. Appearing on 850 ESPN Cleveland, the veteran radio personality made it clear. The media is overhyping Sanders' early flashes, and it could be doing the young quarterback more harm than good. The media are doing Shedeur a disservice by inflating where he's at right now, Grossi said. He's a developmental quarterback, just like Dillon Gabriel. He's not a franchise quarterback. Grossi's words were blunt but calculated. While many headlines are praising Sanders' accuracy in open OTAs, Grossi says the narrative doesn't match the reps. Sanders is the only QB in the Browns room not taking consistent snaps with the starters, a telling sign for a team actively evaluating its future at the position. Despite being one of the most high-profile names in college football under Coach Deion Prime Sanders at Colorado, Shedeur slid to the 5th round in April. He now finds himself behind Super Bowl MVP Joe Flacco, journeyman Kenny Pickett, and Oregon standout Dillon Gabriel, who, it's worth noting, was drafted before Sanders. Grossi didn't mince words on the depth chart either. Overinflating expectations is just not good, he added. He's not close to being QB1. This might feel like a gut punch to Colorado fans who watched Sanders throw for 4,134 yards and 37 touchdowns in 2024, despite playing behind one of the most porous offensive lines in college football. Still, Grossi's point isn't about talent, it's about timing and development. The Cleveland Browns are notoriously cautious with quarterbacks, and with Flacco likely serving as a bridge, the team can afford to let Sanders mature behind the scenes. That's not the narrative fans want, but it may be the one that sets Shedeur up for long-term success. Colorado fans know what Shedeur can do. They've seen him perform under pressure, carry a program in transition, and silence critics with his arm and poise. If there's anything we've learned from Shedeur Sanders' journey so far, it's this. Doubt him at your own risk. So let's keep receipts. Whether Grossi is spot on or short-sighted, time and Shedeur will tell. It started like all great debates in football lore, with a spark. Tony Grossi, the seasoned Cleveland Browns analyst known for his sharp takes and sharper tone, dropped a comment that echoed far beyond a casual sports segment. On a warm June afternoon, as chatter filled the ESPN Cleveland airwaves, Grossi leaned into the mic, cocked his head slightly, and delivered a line that cut through the hype like a safety blitz. Shedeur Sanders, he's a developmental quarterback. The studio went quiet for a beat, not because it was absurd, but because it was bold. In an NFL world intoxicated by potential, where hype is currency and legacy surnames inflate draft stock faster than a stock market boom, Grossi's words felt like a cold splash of realism. The son of Deion primetime, Sanders had become a lightning rod, a blend of swagger, stats, and social media virality. His arm, polished. His mind, calm under pressure. His brand, impeccable. But Grossi wasn't buying stock just yet. Greater than people need to calm down, he continued, voice even. He's got tools, no doubt, but let's not crown him before he beats a defense that breathes Sundays. To some, it was classic Tony. Brutally honest, occasionally abrasive, but usually ahead of the curve. To others, especially younger fans, and Shedeur's ever-loyal supporters, it was sacrilege. The internet reacted accordingly. Tweets flew. TikToks ranted. Edits of Shedeur dodging blitzes with the caption DVLOPDS flooded feeds. Primetime himself didn't comment directly, but let's just say his Instagram story featured more than one highlight clip of Shedeur alongside the caption, "Receipts kept." But strip back the drama, and Grossi's take held weight. Shedeur Sanders, for all his upside, hadn't yet proven himself against NFL-level disguises, pressures, or playoff atmospheres. He hadn't taken a hit from a 260-pound edge rusher whose family eats through his contract bonuses. He hadn't thrown a ball into a frozen wind at Soldier Field with a season on the line. He hadn't. That's okay. Grossi's point wasn't disrespect, it was context. Greater than I see a young man with potential, he later clarified on his podcast. But potential means you're not there yet. We've seen 100 guys with cannons for arms and clean tape, but the league, it's different. Shedeur needs time. He needs reps. He needs development.